Hi, and welcome to the Overcoming Medical Hair Loss Summit. My name is Valerie Fuentes. I'm your host, and today I am with Jennifer Brown. You can actually find her on Instagram as Miss Brown. That's actually how I know you. And I'm so happy to have you. I know you have been sharing a lot of authentic stuff recently, like just, showing who you are with or without hair. And that really connects with me personally. I love showing both sides of the story because I feel that sometimes wearing hair can be perceived as, oh, we put a piece on and then it's over and we forget about it. And it doesn't really work out like that. There's a lot of emotional things that we go through. So I love everything that you share. And I just want to thank you for, being so authentic and vulnerable and open about your hair loss. So tell us a little bit about you. For those of you who haven't had the opportunity to meet you just yet. I think you're
well, thank you for having me. My name is Jennifer, and my Instagram handle is being Mrs. Brown. I am a wife and a mom to a little girl who's almost 3, and I'm a mom through open adoption. And I started noticing my hair was falling out when I was in my early 20s. And my whole family has really thin hair. So I knew that thin hair was in my future growing up in my teens. But I kind of ignored it. I never used anything like Rogaine or anything like that just because I didn't want to. I just accepted my hair for what it is. But I've used my Instagram and my social media as a way to heal through my hair loss and a way to navigate the emotional component of it, of knowing I'm not alone and just knowing that there are other women who are also young, who are also dealing with hair loss and who are rocking it. So, yeah.
So when did your hair loss start?
I really started noticing my hair falling out when I was around 23. I'd say 22 or 23. I'm in my late 20s now. And I noticed it was falling out due to some medications I was taking. I was really sick at the time with ulcerative colitis, and I just noticed it was falling out in clumps, and it was very emotional. I thought I was alone. I didn't think there was anybody else my age who was as young as I was dealing with hair loss. So I was navigating it all alone and trying to hide it. And it was a dark time because I didn't have the hair that I liked, and I was very emotional about it, and I didn't feel good, and I felt alone. So it was really hard back then.
And so when you say back then compared to now, like how are you feeling? What has changed?
Yeah, so I wore wigs for about 2 years back then when I was 22, 23. I mostly wore a synthetic piece that I found at a local wig shop. I thought at first that I really liked it, but it was never really the piece that fit me well. I feel like it was really bulky and really big, and it just wasn't me. So I wore it for about a year and then finally just gave up on it. I decided to just wear my bio hair and just try to make it look good. It never really did, but I tried my best to make it look good. And I did that for about 3 or 4 years. And finally this past spring, I was just done with it. I was ready to take control of my hair again. I was ready to own my hair loss, and I was ready to be able to decide how I wanted my hair to look every single day. And that's whenever I found more realistic looking wigs. And that just completely changed my life. I was really secretive with my hair loss back then when I was wearing my synthetic pieces back when I was in my early 20s. And this time around, I decided, okay, I'm going to be completely vulnerable. And I actually made an Instagram post, and it was really just to my friends and family at the time, but it grew a lot bigger than that. And I made a post just with my wig on for the first time saying, hey, I have hair loss. I am wearing a wig. I absolutely love my wig. And this is me. And I was so nervous to make that post. You have no idea. But it gave me so much freedom, both mentally, emotionally, and physically. So I didn't have to hide my hair loss anymore.
So what prompted you to do the post?
I just decided I didn't want to live in fear of what people might think about me with my hair. When I wore wigs previously, I was really concerned about people knowing I was wearing a wig and people seeing that it was a wig and maybe, I don't want to say making fun of me because we're all adults, but judging me for wearing a wig. And I wanted people to know, because they would obviously know this was not my real hair. I have very thin, fine hair. So I wanted people to know that when they saw me, it was a happy thing for me that I was wearing my wig, and it was a joyous thing, and I was happy about it. So I really was able to set the tone for how I wanted my wig debut to be to the world.
Mm-hmm. And something that you just mentioned about just having one piece, you said, I got one synthetic piece, right? So what was your hair life like, right? Before you came on Instagram? And the reason why I'm asking is because I feel like sometimes people have the impression that when you start wearing hair, then you have to get 10 pieces and spend all this money. And I like try to share with people that it doesn't work out like that. Like I had one for like 5 years, right? Like
Yeah.
you were able to just have one and you're good. So like
Yeah.
right, like some influencers get gifted a lot of different hair pieces, and that's how they have so many. But
Yeah.
if you didn't do any of this work, right, because it is actually work,
Yeah.
then what would your life be like, right, with just one piece?
Right. So I initially bought my first wig, and it was my budget was under $2,000, and that was more than I wanted to even spend. But it was something where I justified it in my head of, okay, I'm going to wear this one piece for years, and this is going to be my hair. And I had it set in my mind that that was going to be my one piece, because I invested so much money into it, and I wasn't going to be able to afford to buy all these other pieces. And it was something I was okay with. I was completely okay with, and I still would be okay with. I'm very blessed that I've been able to be gifted these other pieces that I've been able to display and make content for. But there is absolutely nothing wrong with having one piece, and that was definitely going to be my my life and my outlook. But it was something that whenever I did have that one piece for probably about 2 or 3 months, I loved styling it in different ways. I loved doing like space buns or braids or top knots, or I've had so much fun just playing with the hair because I finally had hair that I could do something with. So there's definitely ways that you can make, if you have one hair piece, you can make it your own and you can still have fun with it and change it up.
Love it. So speaking of that, like what's like the best part for you of wearing hair?
Aside from the confidence it gives me, because that is the biggest thing I've noticed, is that it has boosted my confidence in ways I didn't realize I was lacking. I didn't realize I was so insecure about my hair. I thought that I didn't really care about it, but deep down, I think I know I actually did. But my favorite part about it is how easy it is.
Right,
I
so
can just
quick.
throw on my hair, and it always looks perfect. It always looks great, and I don't have to do much to it. That's the
Right.
best part.
That is definitely my best part too, because
Yeah.
I also tried to conceal my hair loss for many years, and I was spending 2 hours every morning trying to get ready
Yeah.
and try to make it look decent, or decent
Yeah.
enough, right? It would never look decent, but like decent enough for me to go outside.
Yeah.
And it was legit 2 hours, because not only it never looked good, but I always felt bad. So it was like, how do I compose myself to like actually feel good to go outside?
Yeah.
And now super fast, and then I put it on and I feel great.
My thing was I wore hats everywhere, and I wore baseball
Oh,
hats. I didn't
yes.
realize I did it, but I finally got to the point in my hair loss where I was sick of doing my hair every single day and spending an hour plus on it, and it would never look the way I wanted it to. I was sick of that emotional process that would put on me
I know.
emotionally of, well, great, my hair looks like crap, or it doesn't go with this outfit. So I would just wear a hat everywhere because I was sick
Right.
of styling it. And that's what ultimately led me to the decision of, hey, I want to wear a wig.
Mm-hmm. So speaking of the emotional, part of
Mm-hmm.
this, what has helped you live with your hair loss?
I have a very supportive family and spouse. My husband's extremely supportive. When I mentioned to him again this past year that I wanted to start wearing wigs again, he was very supportive of it and encouraging. And spend whatever you need to get the hair that will make you feel comfortable. So I'm very thankful for that. But the biggest thing that has been the best emotional support for me is having other women my age, especially on Instagram, I'd say, that are also going through hair loss. I think society thinks that you have to be a certain age to have hair loss. I know when I've put myself out there on posts or something, showing my head or showing my hair loss, I get people that clap back at me and say, you're too young to be dealing with hair loss. And even initially, I felt that way. And so knowing that there's other women out there who are my age that are dealing with it, and that I can connect with them on days that are really hard or days that I'm having a lot of shedding, really, really helps me a lot.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So what made you start your account and just focus on hair?
Well, like I said, this past year when I started wearing wigs again, I made that initial post about, hey, this is my new wig. I just got it. I love it. I have hair loss, dot, dot, dot. And really, it wasn't anything where I decided I was going to make my account a hair loss account. I think that's why my handle isn't something related to hair. It's just my name. It really happened organically. I started just using hashtags about my wig and just posting about it. And I would tag my wig manufacturer's account in my hair tutorials I did for fun, or pictures or anything like that, just because I liked it, because I truly enjoyed the connection I had about it. And it just grew organically from there. I met a lot of amazing women who are also dealing with hair loss, and the support I've received is just beyond anything I would have ever imagined.
Yeah, I totally believe it. Do you feel like you have made like lifelong friends? Because I feel like I have.
Yes. Yeah. I've made friends halfway across the world that, will forever be my friend. The first person who ever reached out to me about their hair loss and wanting to buy a wig and wanting to finally wear a wig and feeling empowered to wear a wig, we text all the time. We are friends, and we're close, and we rock our wigs together. So I think we'll forever be friends because of that.
Totally. So for those people that are, on that space of, I don't know if I should get hair, I don't know if this is for me, like, what would you say to those people that are still on the fence?
So that's interesting, because that's actually my mother at this moment. My mom is still wearing her natural hair, and we're going wig shopping this week for her, and I'm so excited for her. But it is definitely an emotional process that you have to navigate. It's not something that you just wake up one day and you decide, oh, I want to wear a wig. It's something that takes months, and some people it takes them years to get to the point where they're ready for that, because you have to be ready to want to wear a wig and feel confident and feel comfortable in a wig. So it's definitely a process. It's nothing you can really speed up, but you'll know when you're ready to start wearing hair. I don't know if I'm the best to ask as far as advice on hair. I don't have too much experience as that goes, but my biggest advice would be, if you're going to a salon to try on hair, is to bring someone who you're very comfortable with and that you can confide in with your hair loss, and that will be honest with you in a gentle way. So I had the experience when I went to a salon in my town, where every single wig that the lady put on me, she said it looked amazing. And it didn't. It didn't. And I had my husband there with me, and he's supportive, and he's a man and he doesn't know style and what looks good and things like that. So I would bring someone who is close to you, who you can confide in about your hair loss and what you're looking for, and talk about all those things before you go into the wig shop to look for a wig.
Yeah. And so I know you've said that you're very blessed, and your husband, it's amazing, has been extremely supportive. But was there like a conversation that you had to have with him? Like, because I get that question a lot all the time. It's like, how did you tell your partner? And like, what are your thoughts on that?
For us, my hair loss was always something that I dealt with, even in my early college years and things like that. I don't know if you've seen the video, but I made a video about this, but I had a guy I was dating one time tell me I wasn't marriage material because my hair was too thin. Yeah. I left his apartment really quick and dumped him ASAP.
I had somebody tell me I needed to take my vitamins. And that was
yeah. I'm just like, okay, great, bye.
Yeah.
I don't want you in my life. So it was something that, because of those scars emotionally that had happened to me, we had already talked about all that stuff, of that was an emotional component of me, of my hair loss. And when my hair started falling out in clumps when I was 23, due to all those medical things, he was right there with me. And he was the one that would find me crying in the bathroom with my ball of hair, and so it was very, very organic. And I would say this time around, I think it probably took him by surprise more, because I really just approached him one day and said, hey, I want to wear wigs again. It wasn't something where my hair was shedding more or my hair was falling out more. It was something of, mentally, I was done with my baseball cap routine or my low ponytail routine, or, I was done with my hair looking the way it was looking. So.
Right. Are you still looking for treatment? Are you done with that as well? Because I know that just because we wear hair doesn't mean that we're still not looking for answers.
Yeah. No, there's a lot of women that want to wear hair while they continue to look for answers for their bio hair. I'm not one of them. I think that stems to, my sister who has thin hair, she's always used like a Rogaine product. My mom who has thin hair has always used a Rogaine product. And they always encouraged me to, but I never really wanted to. I think it's a thing of, mentally, I know that this is just my hair, and I don't personally feel like, even if I did use Rogaine, or even if I did take some miracle supplement, that my hair would ever be this good.
Right.
So it's something that I have accepted and I've moved past. And so I'm not looking for anything that would fix it or that would make it grow back more. I'm comfortable with it. I am fine that it's thin, because I have a solution to it that I love. So.
Right. So, and as far as the emotional piece, like, how do you feel? Like, is it still something that you're trying to process emotionally?
I think that, I don't know if it will ever be something that I'm completely over. I think, well, I know when I brush my hair and a lot of it sheds out, it's still hard and it still hurts and it's still emotional. It helps a lot because I have great wigs I can then go put on later after I'm done brushing my hair. But it still stings, it's still emotional. And you'll find that on my account that I share that aspect of it, of, there's most days where I'm really confident about it and I'm really owning it. But then there's other days where I brush my hair and a lot of it's falling out and it's emotional and it stings and it hurts. One of my friends, though, in the hair loss community told me what she does is she will allow herself 5 minutes to feel that emotion and feel whatever she's feeling, whether it's anger or sadness, feel that emotion, 5 minutes, process it, and then move on and put on her wig and go on with their day. And I think that has been the best advice to me, not to dwell on it, is give myself that 5 minutes to process it and put on my wig and remember I look great and go on with my day.
That is actually a great piece of advice, because sometimes we try to just bottle everything in, and the moment that comes out, it's not going to be pretty. So I tell everybody, like, we get to process this. It has to become a daily practice to process those emotions and allowing yourself to feel your feelings, and like giving yourself some space and being compassionate with yourself. I guess that will be like my main thing, because I remember being so mean to myself. So I think like self-love gets to become a daily practice for us.
Yeah. Give yourself grace is what I tell a lot of people. Grace. Is that it's a hard thing to go through, and it's a small group of us, especially those who are younger, that deal with it. And give yourself grace and love yourself through it, because yeah, it's emotional.
Yeah. So we're getting close to our time together. What would be like one thing that you want to leave us with? Like one piece of advice?
My biggest advice is just to own it, and whatever that looks like in your space. I know for me, it looked like being open about it on social media. I know that's not everyone's answer, but just own your hair loss. Know that your self-consciousness about it and you're worried that people are going to notice it's a wig. Most people don't even realize. Most people don't even realize it's a wig. 9 times out of 10, when I tell people it's a wig, they say back, I never would have known that that was a wig. So just try to be confident about it. Try to own your own hair loss, and however you can best navigate those emotions, do that.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much again for being with us. I know you're going to have a great giveaway. Can you tell us a little bit about the piece that you're giving away?
Yeah, so I'm going to be giving away a really gorgeous synthetic. It's like a darker rooted to a blonde light curl piece. And it's like I guess you would call it a long bob. Is that what they call it now? It's like a long bob. It's a lob. And it's really pretty. It's got a silk top on it. So I'm excited to give that away. So you can enter I'll put a post on my Instagram. You can enter by liking and commenting on that and following me, and we'll see who gets it.
Awesome. All right.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Jennifer, so much. It was such a delight to talk to you. I hope we get to collaborate in the future.
Yeah.
And for you guys, make sure to follow her. You have a YouTube as well? Yes, you do, right?
I do have a YouTube. I have a YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram, and they're all being Mrs. Brown.
All right, guys. Thank you so much. I will see you on the next interview.
All right.